Hey guys, what's up? Today is day 5? Oh my god, it's day 5. We're 1/10 of the way there. And today was kind of just one of those days. One of those days where time slowed down. One of those days where you don't feel like doing anything for yourself. One of those days where you're so lazy you don't even have the strength to eat. One of those days feels like there's nothing that could entertain you. But that's okay. And everything might seem bleak today, but there's always something bright at the other end of the tunnel. There's always going to be a better day, and even if it's one of these crappy sunny days, I think that sunny days are crappy, okay? That's because it's 40 degrees outside. So I don't think that when I see the sun, I'm like, oh, yay, it's sunny today. No, oh, it's sunny today, and I'm going to either boil alive or set my AC so low that I'm going to freeze to death. So yeah. The entire week, the weather was quite nice. Today is just one of those days. It's just one of those days today, and that's okay. I mean, I feel like there's not much for me to do, but I realize that I'm still making content. There's still things that have to be done. There's still things that I can look forward to. There's still all these people and things around me that still bring me happiness every day, and that there's always something interesting happening, even when it might not seem like it. So, yeah, I mean, if it ever feels like one of those days, just know that it's not always one of these days. Yeah, but I don't like these days where you just like don't feel like doing anything. You just like eat candy instead of feeding yourself. You scroll on uh you scroll on the same page of like a shopping website that you've already scrolled on just in case you find something new, and there's never anything new. You watch like things even when they're boring. You just I think these days it's worth taking a nap. But today is also um the day of my hometown. I don't know, a day celebrating my hometown, Kiev. I'm gonna show up an image here for a couple of seconds so you can see all that architecture. But I remember it for the wet cigarette smell and the McDonald's just around the block. That's what I remember Kiev for. The the awesome shopping malls with the El Molino. Oh, El Molino pizza. Dude, I wish they had that in every single country of the world, cause wow. I mean, I haven't had it in, I want to say 5 years, but from what I remember, it's just the best place ever. I really love that city. I'm very happy that I got to spend so much time in it. But I wish to come back, because I haven't been able to the past couple of years. Because it's not very safe right now, which sucks, honestly. But yeah, I had some cake, like uh, the city's cake. I don't know if every country has this, but especially in India and Ukraine, there's like a certain part of a country that that has a popularized like dessert or like cake or pastry or something. Because in India, there's not a lot of cakes here. Cakes are like pretty new, I think. Sweets are very popular here, but in Ukraine, like there's a lot of like cakes and stuff, and like Napoleon cake, Medovik. It's like a honey cake. The other one is a cream. Okay, all cakes have cream. I was about to say layered. All cakes are layered. Um, yeah, so it's actually a cream layered cake. I don't know if you would get it. It's kind of like a advanced taste palette, vanilla. It's very niche. You wouldn't get it. It's just a cake. It's just a cake. Yeah, sorry for that cut there. Um, important matters, important matters. But yeah, it's basically just a cake, but instead the layers are made of a crisp layer, like it's kind of like layered pastry, kind of like a croissant layer. Okay, it's not like a croissant layer, but it's like a very, very thin, very, very dry. It's very dry by itself, but with the sweet, sweet like vanilla cream, it's really good. Um, I'll show up a picture right here. I'll keep it for longer, so again, you can admire it. Because I feel like my editor, or me, I guess, uh, it's kind of my fault. It's also the editor's fault, because like the editor kind of sucks. I'll probably fire my editor. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, I keep my hand up for like very short amounts of time, and like I don't think you guys can see that. And I think that's the editor should really improve on that, cause like you know everything I say is true, and everything that I tell you to do, you do, and you do it exactly how I want it to, no exceptions. But can you like change it up a bit, like keep it for a little longer so that people can see it? Like, okay, dude, really? 0.1 seconds? An image is gonna be up for what, 0.1 seconds? Would you want my viewers, my loyal viewers and subscribers to pause the video and see the image? No, that's not happening. Yeah, so all countries have different kind of pastries, but I don't know if it's like a popularized thing that certain areas of the country have certain cakes. Because I know because I'm very interested to know sweets because I know a lot of food from other places, but sweets are not something. It's not something that usually pops up when talking about other people's traditional food, and like I know like the main course of Japanese food, but I don't know the dessert. Like I don't know Japanese dessert. Uh, so that's kind of the thing. In Ukraine and India, dessert is like uh different areas of the country have different sweets that were popularized there, and it's kind of like a deep history and cultural root that these sweets have in India and Ukraine. But I'm very interested to know if that's in other countries. In India, there's like a lot of sweets, laddus, kaju katli, all that. Kaju katli? Is it kaju katli? Yeah. My pronunciation is not very good. मेरी हिंदी बहुत गरीब है. Um, if you guys don't know what that means my Hindi is very shabby. It's very bad. It's very garbage. Um, but yeah, as I was saying before, oh, that's how I got to cake. I was thinking like I was talking about how there's some days that feel like you just have to push through, and then somehow it got to cake. Now I remember. Kiev Day. Okay, right. Yeah, but uh, like today I was like, okay, what am I doing? I'm just slugging around all day. What am I doing? What am I actually doing? And I realized that there, you don't always have to be doing something. You don't always have to be on the clock or doing some going forward. It's okay to step back a little bit. I mean, honestly, it's a little difficult keeping up with all the stuff that you gotta do. All these things. Yesterday, I cooked, and to make like 10 pieces of chicken strips and like two of them were fried, two of them were over fried, they were burnt, they were like nasty. One of them was undercooked, and it took 10 minutes to cook that one thing, and it wasn't even fully cooked, and it was disgusting. And so I got like 8 pieces of actual chicken strips, and I took some mayo, mixed it with some sauce. It wasn't even good. Now that went to waste. And it took me almost 2 hours. 2 hours. The cleaning, the mess, all the flour was everywhere. Excuse me. Uh, Everywhere. Just the kitchen. I had to bring out a mop. There was flour all over the floor, like a trail from where I had went. I had went to where I was making the batter, starting the pan, going to the sink to wash off the batter off my fingers, going back, dipping the chicken in, and that's how I burnt a chicken. Did you know that going back and forth while chicken is actively frying on a 110-degree pan is not the smartest idea? Yeah. Yeah, and I didn't add enough oil, and it was just getting nasty because of the flour and like breadcrumbs. It it was so dry. It started cooking, uh, and then the inside wasn't like the parts that stuck out more, like the batter that stuck out more, or the coating that stuck out more, was like starting to fry, but like the in the middle creases weren't even getting golden. They were just like kind of like this nasty white or like pasty orange color that didn't look quite right. It didn't look like it was cooked, and the chicken took so long to cook, and the outside was just frying, and it wasn't even getting crispy. It was just getting like cooked, you know? It wasn't getting it didn't turn to a nice color. It was just getting like literally fried. You know why? Because there was no oil. There was no oil on it, like not enough oil. And it was just kind of like it was literally like trying to burn. That's what I did. I burned it, but I wasn't trying to burn it. Obviously, I didn't want to take 2 hours in the kitchen. Oh, you know the relief after you do all that, after you mop everything up, after you wash all the dishes, and you just go back. And then you realize, wow, what an absolute waste of time. But sometimes you have to do those waste of times. Because last time I cooked chicken, the best chicken I've ever made. Genuinely really good. So you gotta, yeah, you gotta cut off a couple fingers before you can make a good building made out of sawwood. No, I don't think that's how that. If you lose a couple fingers, I don't. Whatever. You gotta crack a few eggs to make an egg. Crack a few eggs to make an egg. Yeah. You crack the shell. That doesn't make any sense. That does not make any sense. Cat's pajamas too. Like, can we talk about that? Cat's pajamas. What are these weird? Uh, I don't know what you call them. Idioms, I guess. Cat's pajamas. Okay. I don't get that one. I don't get that one. I'll put up the Wiki. My editor. My editor will put up the Wikipedia like for the cat's pajamas. I don't know if it exists. If it doesn't, I'll just my editor will just put up the Key and Peele cat pajamas. You know, if you know, you know what I'm talking about. Those who know, tough. Yeah, cat's pajamas, and you gotta crack a few eggs to make an omelet. And to make an omelet, yeah, is that like a joke? Is that a literal joke? Like, yeah, that's how you make an egg. You crack it, release it into the pan, and fry it. Unless you make your eggs in a different way. So that doesn't really make any sense. Can we change that? Can we like change that to something else? Yeah, thanks guys, thanks. I don't know what today's episode was about, but thank you so much for listening. Yeah, cut again. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Today was kind of a random one, kind of just talking about stuff. something that I find important. Okay, yeah, something that I find like interesting, or like the cat's pajamas, whatever that means. Uh, Editor, get to it, and yeah, guys, I'll see you on the next one. I'm excited to keep making content, and um, I'll try doing better because this one was a little bit random. But every day is a part of the process. Every day we're doing something better. That's the whole point. I should come up with a good name for the series. Help me out in the comments. Yeah, I'm so sorry, guys. I told you I was gonna switch on the comments, and I did. I could have sworn I clicked on it. I clicked on it, and then it turned off. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry to all the members of Thong Pig. I really am. It is a heartbreak that the comments are turned off. And if, like, I don't know how to switch them on, and if they're broken again, can you guys tell me in the comments? Yeah, just in the comments that are obviously working. Yeah, thanks guys.